Hi, my name is Marlon Saria. I am the president of the Philippine Nurses Association of America.
So Marlon, before we talk about the state of nursing, I want to start with you. What experience or moment has shaped your leadership, and how does it influence how you lead today?
Every time someone asks me a question about shaping my leadership, I always think about the mentors I've had and the sponsors I've had. It's those individuals in an organization in leadership roles who recognize the leadership in you before you even see it in yourself. I have one great mentor, Dr. Giancarlo Lyle Edrosolo. Is it a coincidence that he's Filipino, that he recognized the leadership in me and offered me my first executive leadership job in an organization? I don't think so. I think it's seeing your skills and your competencies and your capabilities, and also some of the barriers that you may have, knowing that we share the same culture, and giving you an opportunity, or giving me an opportunity to shine as a leader. So I take that as one of the pivotal moments in my leadership journey. How I translate that into my leadership style is I try to recognize leadership in others. I try to give it back. And as what was done for me, I look at the skills first, I look at the willingness first, and then offer them the opportunity to lead as well.
Sometimes all you need is just the opportunity to do things. In the landscape of healthcare, it's obvious that healthcare systems are facing ongoing financial strain, workforce shortages, and increasing patient acuity. So all of this in the backdrop of also technological advancements and almost changes daily to the healthcare policy. So nurses are experiencing all this at the same time. So for nurses who are watching and who feel like maybe the expectations keep increasing, but support doesn't, what do they need to understand about where healthcare is headed right now?
I think we all need to accept the fact that we live in a hyper-complex world. It's not just in medical field, it's everywhere. Right, everywhere. We see that every day in the news. We see that with the geopolitical issues that just feed our news every day. So we need to accept that this is a different world, and that we need to adapt. And in nursing, those things happen. There's a lot of things being thrown at us that, for those who have been in practice for 20, 30 years, may not have seen those things. We just need to adapt. We need to upskill ourselves. We need to be able to live in this environment and thrive, and invest in ourselves to be able to lead.
Now, along those lines, we often say that nurses should practice to the top of their scope, but systems that sometimes doesn't necessarily feel like it's designed to do that, right? So are we moving backwards? Like, for example, in certain states now, doctoral and particular nurses can't call themselves doctors, or some states have even reverted back from independent NP practice to now requiring collaborative agreements with physicians. So how can nurses navigate this space?
Again, we can only control what we can control. So things that are in our sphere of influence. So the way I see this is, someone has told me before, always look for the good in others. Just give them the benefit of the doubt. So all these other organizations that seems to take things away from us, I'm just thinking of what is their intention? What is the good? And then if you look at their arguments, they're arguing for patient safety, which is what we're arguing for as well. But we see two different lenses. So I really think it's critical that we can be at the table with all the other organizations and say, your goals are the same as my goals. Let's see how we can work together to meet all these goals. I know that's a very general response. How do we operationalize that? How do we even make that happen? But a lot of these controversies, a lot of these conflicts around organizations can be solved by dialogue and by parties really coming at the table and being able to listen to each other and offer what we can.
Also, nurses are consistently ranked the most ethical and most trusted professions, but that trust doesn't always translate into visibility. So oftentimes nurses are absent from the conversation. So how should nursing be thinking about its role in today's information landscape?
Nurses are the most trusted profession for over 20 years. But I've heard this once. I'm not going to claim the credit, but we're not the most respected. Trust and respect are two different things. We need to be the most respected profession. We need to be out there. We need the public to know that we care for them and everything that we're doing is for them. It's for public safety. When we got our license, when we received our license after passing board exams, that license is our social contract, right, with the public. And they need to realize we have this contract with them. If they trust us, they will respect us. And as you have alluded, we need to show up. We need to be more visible. Many nurses don't know that, don't know how to. We're great clinicians, but we need to share the skills. And then that's one of the reasons why I'll share it. Last year at the Philippine Nurses Association conference, we had a media response training because we want to provide the tools for the nurses to be able to be out in public and advocate and use their voice. Because that's one thing that you do not learn from nursing school. That's one of the things that we need to teach our nurses.
I agree. We do so much great work, but it goes unseen because we're not given past the microphone. And then my last question for you here is, this year's Nurses Week theme is Power of Nurses. So when you think about the word power, what kind of power do you want nurses to recognize in themselves right now?
I just want them to recognize that they have the power. And then I've shared this story many, many, many times. Last year, Easter Sunday, when Pope Francis went to St. Peter's Square, he asked his nurse, "Do you think we can make it?" Imagine that, the leader of 1.4 billion Catholics asking a nurse for reassurance. That's just one example. Many of the heads of state, presidents, will eventually need a nurse. We have that power to impact and influence these big people that we know of through our jobs, through our profession. We just need to realize that we have that power and that we need to speak up so we can get them to listen.